I now invite on stage Ms. SHEELA Shankar. She's the head customer engagement unit at HEYMATH, and she'll be talking about gaming up mathematics successfully in schools.
I just want to think, all of you to think for a few minutes or a few seconds, what is the word that comes to your mind when you think of mathematics? Because when you were giving an example, you said, if you want to solve a problem in, and almost the word that follows is mathematics, right? So what thought comes to your mind when you think of the subject mathematics? Problem, okay. Anything else? Enjoyable, that's very nice. I mean, that's, I think, the hope and the optimism we are looking for. Every problem can be solved. I wish our students were also like this, but the expression on most of the students is this, right? Most of the students, when we talk, I mean, whether with technology or without technology, the expression on the day of mathematics exam seems to be, the hair flying. Okay, so it causes anxiety, it causes, some kind of fear in them. So I thought before we deep dive, let us start this on a note of positivity. So to me, mathematics is like love, okay? And why is that? Is it okay? Thank you. Because it's a very simple idea, but often misunderstood. Yeah? Thank you, sir. So in the next few moments, let us see how, as adults, we deal with mathematics. And this activity is going to require all of you to participate, and participate very spontaneously. That, don't hold back. I just want the spontaneity in you to be unleashed. So what do we want here? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to call out a number, and I want you to tell me what is the next number that comes after that. So I say a number, and you have to tell me what is the number that comes after that. Simple enough? And it has to be group answers. Like, how children answer in class? The teacher asks a question, and you'll say, raise your hand, your turn will come. But they don't answer like that, right? They answer in groups. So shall we try that? 8. 12. 56. 32. 8. 163. 1192. 438. I heard some 4,000. Now, just be honest. Right? I mean, even if you didn't say it aloud, in your mind you thought it was 4,000. See, as adults, this is how we deal with mathematics. I think we should have a little bit sympathy towards our children. With or without technology doesn't matter. But when it comes to mathematics, it's like I said, it's a very simple thing, but it's often misunderstood. So why HEYMATH? You might have seen the loop that was playing. Over the last 19 years, we have been obsessive about what we do when it comes to mathematics. The whole team dreams, sleeps, eats, drinks mathematics. We are all about mathematics. And right from the inception in 2000, the experts in University of Cambridge, they have helped shape HEYMATH's rich methodologies. And since 2008, we have run a contest with Raffles Institution Singapore that tests students in higher order thinking skills. It's a contest for primary students, and we have found that students of the same grade here are not able to do those questions. Now, we'll come to it, why that happens, and all of that we'll come to later. But I just wanted to tell you that we have this association with Raffles Institution, and this contest is used to train those students to represent Singapore in Olympiads. We've also been empowered by CBSE to run professional development training sessions for teachers, and we have an accreditation from the South African Council for Educators. So these learnings from our global collaborations has helped us put together a digital curriculum for grades 1 to 10. So we were talking about sharing best practices in a common platform. So we can give you numerous examples of how we have done this simply by working with teachers from all over the world. Now, why should we not benefit from an innovative and creative teacher in Singapore? Take her ideas and infuse that into the curriculum here. So if you come to our HEYMATH stall, we can show you examples. I'm not going to ask you any more mathematics questions because you'll want me to go away from here. So you can come to our stall and know more about us. And as an organization, what we believe is the experience that a school must have when they're working with us. So it's not just coming there and saying that this is our product and please use this program, but it's also about how we can handhold teachers, because teachers are here to stay. The thing that I like about the similarities between mathematics and teachers is that both are here to stay. Right? So they are going to stay forever, and so they have to marry each other, and I think the person who's going to help them marry is this technology. So they have to understand how technology can be leveraged to help them teach better, helps learners learn better. So there are 3 stakeholders when it comes to HEYMATH: students, teachers, and the administrators. Of course, parents are also there. You can't do anything without parents because finally they are signing the check. So, but students, we are what we call the study buddy to students, and a professional assistant to teachers, and math consultant for administrators. Now, why do we actually need these 3 stakeholders? Because when it comes to students, you need to instill a deliberate culture of continuous learning. Learning cannot stop. So you need continuous learning among students. You need to develop a systemic capacity in a school when it comes to innovating with teachers. You can't have just 1 or 2 teachers who are very good, because you can't have them teach all the sections in your school. You need to have every teacher being upskilled. In fact, our mission is upskilling the teachers and enabling success for every student. So we need to upskill the teachers. What are the latest trends that are happening in other areas? So this is again, one of the objectives. And when it comes to administrators, not all administrators are coming from a mathematics background. So how can we help them understand what is going on in their mathematics department, whether it's shortage of teachers, whether it is having a pedagogical plan for the maths department. What is it that as an organization we can do for the administrators? So when it comes to students, we have these 4 components, which are interactive and visual learning. So I'm going to give you an example of that. Okay, I lied when I told you there's no more mathematics. I'm sorry. So there's going to be some maths again. So you all have a notepad, right? Just get a paper or something out of that notepad. And I'm going to show you a video. And I'm going to... So, it's your lucky day, because technology is not working, so you don't have to do this math problem. That's like having a rain holiday on a math exam. Okay, so we all know that there's a lot of visual content there, there's a lot of interactive content, but why do we need visual content? Why do we need interactive content? Basically, we are helping students retain the concept better. So the distinguishing feature of our content is we address both the why and the how. If I ask you, why is minus into minus plus? I can take a bet. Chances are maybe 2% in this audience will know why minus into minus is plus. Or if I ask you why we all learned lowest common multiple. Yeah, we used it in algebra because we needed to find the common denominator. That would be the answer. Our approach is slightly different. We talk about what is the connection in real life with this concept called lowest common multiple. We're talking about personalized learning. What is personalized learning? Now, when it comes to mathematics, the usual practice is give them 50 problems and ruin their weekend, and ruin the weekend of the parents also, and say that just do all these 50 problems. That is the normal approach, right? So I have my colleagues here all laughing from the other, from the industry. But yeah, that is what it is. Normally, it is like, just do 50 problems, and the teacher takes great pleasure in saying that, आज मैंने उनको 50 problem दे दिए, But is doing more of the same going to be useful? If a student already knows how to solve 2x plus 5 is equal to 10, what is the point in giving more of those problems? So the personalized learning program here is customized for each and every student. Because ma'am also said, one size doesn't fit all. We believe in that, ma'am. One size doesn't fit all, because each child must know what is that area that I have to, be better at. So we have a study plan that will help them both in conceptual understanding and to practice those areas where they need, remediation. And this is a snapshot, a picture from one of our schools in Chennai, where children, you can see they're enjoying, it all says it, because they've been given an activity where they're not doing math, but it is connected to some art thing that they were working on, and then, they've all come up with their answers and want to know whether they are right or wrong. So activities like this, not just using technology, but, even non-technology activities are important. And finally, as an organization, the thing that we really believe is that we have to kill this disease called tuitions. Did we all go for any tuition classes? But we're not doing so badly in life. Why do children need to go for tuitions? And this is something we are encouraging schools to think about. Do your students really need tuitions? They are with you for 6-7 hours. After that, why do they need? You can make them self-sufficient by providing them with good resources at home, helping children and the parents bond using technology. Let's be positive. Let's think about how we can make best use of technology. When it comes to teachers, teachers will only use your program when there is a plan given to them. If you just come and dump something on them and say that this is a program I want you to use, they are not going to use, because ultimately the program must help them finish their syllabus on time. So you can give them a variety of resources, but you have to have a plan. You have to tell them, okay, there are lessons, there are adaptive practice quizzes. Let us look at your yearly plan. Let us see how we are going to help you save time. So this is what we do as a team, working very closely with the teachers. There have to be reports with clear action plan. So when a teacher corrects 40 notebooks, does she know that question 18 in this test, more than 30% of my students got wrong? That's important information for her, because she may need to address that again in her class. But today, that's not possible, because by the time she might take a break, she's exhausted, there's fatigue, there's so much to do in a school for a teacher. So how do we help them with insightful reports that are data-driven? Professional developments. So we had here a little talk about that we are not doing enough research, when it comes to schools. So one of the things that we provide schools is not just professional development in various areas like workshop on gaming skills, or how do you get this methodology that is used in some other country and that you can use to solve word problems, for example, and so on. But we also work with schools to help them send their teachers to us as teacher work attachment. And this really helps, because then they can actually work on research topics, and we help them come out with papers, come out with their work, because when they go away, they feel so great about creating a piece of work that they feel happy about. It's their innovation, it's their creativity, it's their idea, but they may not necessarily know how to use the technology. So we help them, with that aspect of bringing technology with their creativity. And finally, for administrators, maths teachers, forever you have a shortage of maths teachers. I don't know why that happens. I mean, what happens to all the people who get centum in colleges? I don't know where they go, but forever you have, maths teachers. So what we are trying to do is we are trying to see if you have teachers, be it science teachers or be it, any other teacher, through this program, can you actually help them to teach mathematics? So when a teacher is absent, usually in a class, the substitution teacher will have a classroom like this. They're all quiet. They are good children. They will not move, right? But this is a HEYMATH school where the children say, okay, we don't have a teacher, but we can go to the lab and we can learn on our own. We are self-sufficient. We know what to do. Of course, there's a teacher just to make sure that there's no mischief. But this is what happens in a school where you have a math teacher who is absent. Faculty evaluation. Like I said, not all administrators may know how to evaluate their math faculty. So as a third party, we work on classroom observation, whether they have integrated their resources, whether they're using the program, do they have a collaborative mindset, how are the students performing, and what are their efforts towards remedial programs, and how are they participating in workshops. So these are some of the factors we use to evaluate faculty. And like I said, parents are important. So we help the school to run orientations for parents, create circulars for them, have apps for them that they are aware of as to what is happening in relation to their children. And finally, it is all about improving student outcomes. How do we do this? How do we help schools improve student outcomes for every student? Because finally, it's about every student. A school can be successful when every student is successful. It's not the success of one student that will give the school that it's a center of excellence. It is about having every student perform to his or her highest potential. That is our belief.